Central Africa is just as complex in its history as West Africa is, though we're really just going to focus on the Kingdom of Kongo, which is probably the most powerful and long-lasting of the Central African kingdoms, particularly of Western Central Africa. Now, unlike the river, which is spelled with a C, the Kingdom of Kongo is spelled with a K.
And like I said, this isn't the only kingdom which existed in this region. You'll be reading about some of its rivals, including the Kingdom of Ndongo, which eventually became Angola, and the Mbundu people.
It lasted from around 1400 all the way up until 1914. Kevin Shillington is going to refer to a period of civil war which occurred in the 17th century, the 1600s. But for the majority of the 18th century, Congo was reunified under a single king. By the time we get to the 1850s, though, the Congolese kings became vassals of the European Kingdom of Portugal. And at the end of the 19th century, in the 1880s and 1890s, they became a direct colony of Portugal. And they still got to keep their kings, but they were kept as figureheads. In 1914, the Portuguese did away with the charade and dissolved the monarchy. The readings you're doing, though, is not to really get a feel for its modern history. I want you to read an example of how Europeans and the Atlantic slave trade changed the coastal kingdoms of Africa. Congo is a bit exceptional in that it converted to Christianity, but the exchange of slaves for guns, and hence more power for the slave trading kingdoms, was the norm by the time we get to the 17th and 18th centuries.